Shalom, shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming in week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of this current kingdom. I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, V'Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. And to the brothers that's preaching this word with truth and sincerity and charity, and risking their lives to do so. And the few sisters that's listening, learning, and watching. That's the brother Kanasa from GMS Chicago. Coming to you once again, hopefully to edify the body. So I'm gonna just get straight into it. I'm gonna show how I bring a scripture out, then show the video and bring another scripture out. Lord willing, this will be edifying. This Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's what we are here doing. You know, prophets do what? They tell you things before it happen. All right? And that's what we're just telling you. Basically, we're telling you things before it happen. All right? And all the stuff that's happening in the world is leading to digitize, basically turn everything digital, you know, to usher in the C hip, you know, the M to the O to the T to the B. All right. So I'm gonna just play this thing real quick. All right.
Listening. I hope this comes from HalTurnerRadioShow.com. April 19th. The past 10 days in consumer credit have been wild, and the evidence is explicitly clear. Banks are now severely restricting consumer credit. Okay, so they restrict consumer credit today. They call notes tomorrow. Does that make sense? Capital One just shut off all dealer platforms or floor plans. USA Auto Sales shut 39 dealerships after losing, okay? Wells Fargo laid off all of its junior auto loan underwriters and capped future loans. It means they're not loaning money. That's the same thing that happened in 1929. That's what the bankers caused the 1929 financial collapse. It was a banker war. We are now, I'm saying, in another banker war. I hope you're listening. I hope you're catching the warning in the wind before the missile hits. Now let's go to another article. Comes from my friend Michael Snyder at The Most Important News. I had to find out if this was true, he says, April 19th. It appears that the crisis facing auto dealerships is far more dire than any of us thought. Financial institutions are starting to get extremely tight with their money and is putting extreme stress on dealers all over the nation. I think that's putting it mildly. Many of us expected that this would happen, but it seems that things are moving much faster than anyone would have anticipated. Earlier today, I came across a tweet that absolutely floored me. It was posted by a highly respected account known as Car Dealership Guy, and it contains some rather ominous news. He says, in the past 10 days, the Capital One shut off dealer floor plans. USA Auto Sales shut down 39 dealerships. Actually, it's now over 100 dealerships. Wells Fargo laid off its junior auto loan. Okay, so he said the same thing that Cal Turner said. Is all of this true? So he has to find out. He says, so I started digging around. Here's what I found out. It's been a weird few years for the car market. Things could get weirder still. It is reported that Twitter used Car Dealership Guy and dealer floor plan financing business, and while I realize this might not sound like the sexiest of topics, it could have some interesting effects on the car market. Here's the big deal. A lot of dealers will simply not be able to operate without such financing, and they're cutting off that financing. That means we're about to see car dealerships go belly up. Yes, there may be a time where you're able to buy a car briefly for a really good price if you can pay cash. Which brings us to the second point in the tweet. According to the official website, they have temporarily closed 39 of their dealerships. They say, oh, we're going to open again. That's essentially what they're about to say. Hopefully, U.S. auto sales will be able to secure another source for floor plan financing. Another major chain, American Car Center, suddenly shut down more than 40 dealerships in February. American Car Center, a Memphis-based used car dealer which suddenly closed all locations in February, has officially filed for bankruptcy. Okay, what does that mean? That means that the bank just got all of their cars, their land, their building, unless they can pay the note. I'm saying that there's a very good possibility they're about to start doing it to more than just car dealerships. What if they start doing that to homes? Now we have a bunch of homes with no one in it because the bank owns it. Isn't that what the WEF said? You'll own nothing, but you'll be happy. Isn't this a real big way for evil, extremely wealthy bankers in high places? Exodus 32:4. Isn't this a way for them to get ownership of our homes, our businesses, basically the whole nation? I'm telling you, there's a banker war started. Sadly, this is probably just the beginning. A lot more dealerships are likely to go belly up as we get deeper into this economic downturn. As the economic conditions deteriorate, financial institutions are likely to get even tighter with their money. Which brings us to Wells Fargo. Apparently, the bank really is giving the axe to all junior auto underwriting staff. Wells Fargo laying off all junior auto writing staff, and as of 4/27, any auto loans greater than 110% loan to value and 15% payment to income will be declined. In other words, they're getting rid of all of the questionable loans, questionable dealerships, questionable homes, questionable businesses. You see where it's going? For more than a decade, the U.S. economy operated in the environment in which money was flowing like wine. It was really easy for everybody to get credit. But now even officials in the biggest banks in America are openly admitting that a credit crunch has begun. I hope you're getting it, a credit crunch. War. We're in a banker war. The credit crunch stemming from the fallout of Silicon Bank is not that. And Silicon Bank didn't happen by accident. These guys are an on-purpose, well planned out in advance, years in advance. In a note on Sunday, the Morgan Stanley CIO said, the last 2 weeks have shown the deepest decline in lending on. Okay, it's not that people are not putting enough in the banks. The bankers have the money. It's that they are in the process of taking your cars, your houses, your businesses, because they want to own everything. Again, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Does that make sense? There is no possible way to spin the deepest decline in lending on record to make it sound good. Our economy runs on mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, and so a dramatic reduction in lending will inevitably lead to a dramatic reduction in economic activity. I'm telling you, bankers have declared war and they're about to start repossessing everything they can get their hands on. A lot of people are comparing this new crisis to what we went through in 2008, 2009. I'm comparing it to 1929. What happened 2008 and 9 is nothing. I'm saying 29 is in the process of repeating. Unfortunately, I'm entirely convinced that this new crisis will eventually greatly surpass what we experienced during the Great Recession. I'm saying it's another Great Depression has arrived because the bankers have declared war on Christians and specific America in general. So I would encourage you to do whatever you need to do to get ready for harsh economic times, and I'm saying the same thing, my brothers and sisters. First, ask Jesus to forgive your sin.
Alright, so that's pretty much it, alright? And the only way out of this is through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, alright? Alright, this, this is Isaiah 33:6. Alright? And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Right? Because fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the beginning of knowledge, right? All right? And knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of these scriptures will be the strength of your salvation, man. That's the only way, man. These are the true riches, man. And that's this truth. All right? So we prophesying to you, let you know what's coming down the pipe, man. It doesn't matter if we've been saying this for 25, 30, 35, to 40 years or whatever, all right? Thing is, prophets are out there to warn the people, man, all right? And also to wake up the elect, man, who we hoping to be. This, Revelation 13, and, yep. This is Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a what? The M-A-R-K in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? That neuroscience, that neurotechnology that Elon is doing, right? And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the M-A-R-K, or the name of the what? Beast, or the number of his name. Here's the wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the what? Beast. For it is the number of a man. His number is basically 666. Alright? And the Lord said not to take that, right? Because if you take that, he will what? Annihilate you, man. That's like signing your death ticket, alright? Point blank, period. But yeah, so hey, man, they already gathered them up thick clay, which is thick debt, all right? And the thing is, they want to crash this whole system so that they can usher in everything digital, so they can have complete control over you, man. They look at themselves as the Most High, man, because the earth is given into the hand of wicked, man, which is who? Esau, Edom. This self-proclaimed what? Right, man. So he want to be that ruler, man, to know everything about you, have complete control of you. He wants you to look at them as a god, all right? But he's not, all right? And the Lord is coming back to set everything straight, man. You gotta have faith in him. All right, so hopefully this is edifying. Until next time, Shalom in the Bible Ball.